Everyone knows Genghis Khan conquered the largest land empire in history. What almost nobody knows is that when he died, he didn't leave it to his sons. He left the real power to his daughters. And for almost 40 years, those daughters ruled half of Asia harder, smarter, and more ruthlessly than any of the men who came after them. In this video, you're going to meet the 4 princesses who actually ran the empire. And then we'll watch their own family murder them to hide the truth. The Deathbed Will, 1227. On his deathbed in the Gobi, Genghis does something no step tradition says is possible. He divides the empire not just by land, but by control. The sons get the big titles and the armies. The daughters get the postal system, the tax bureaucracy, the marriage alliances, and private territories bigger than most European kingdoms. The secret history of the Mongols records his exact words to his chief minister. "Let my daughters hold the reins behind the throne." Persian historian Giovanni, writing 30 years later, confirms the princesses were the pillars on which the empire rested. Their husbands were only shadows. Alakai Beki, ruler of northern China. She was given 26 modern provinces. Chinese sources call her the most capable administrator the Mongols ever sent us. Crushed 3 rebellions, built irrigation canals that still exist today, kept the Song dynasty paying tribute in gold, silk, and children. Married to a minor prince who was never allowed to give orders. When a general rebelled in 1230, she personally led the army that executed him. Aliquish Digit Curie, the executioner, controlled the emperor's personal 10,000-man bodyguard. In 1232, her nephew Gaiak attempts coup. Aliquish walks into the golden tent, points, says 2 words, "Strangle him." Guards obey instantly. A woman just ordered the execution of a Khan in front of the court. Chechiagin and Tumulun. Chechiagin locks Korea into tribute for centuries with 1 marriage. Tumulun commands border garrisons. Her tomb, if found, would have full armor and bow. DNA from Mongol royal tombs, 1217 to 1223. Multiple princes buried with weapons were genetically female. How they actually ran the empire. They controlled the Yam, postal stations every 25 miles. Orders traveled 300 miles a day. They controlled tax collection and military levies. When a city refused tribute, it was a princess who sent the army, not her brother. Persian sources: the empire survived because the princesses were the glue. But in 1260, the glue started to crack, and the men decided the empire would be safer without these women. How they were systematically erased, and the new evidence that's bringing them back. The purge, the cover-up, and the DNA bombshell. We've met the 4 daughters who actually ran the Mongol Empire for 40 years. Now we watch their own family murder them, one by one, to hide the truth. By 1330, almost every princess is dead, poisoned, exiled, or erased. Their names are hacked off monuments, their tombs are lost, and the official histories pretend the empire was built by men alone. But the bones don't lie, and the last 15 years have started giving the princesses back their voices. The empire fractures, 1260. The death of Genghis Khan, Civil war between brothers Kublai and Erik Bok. The princesses are now the only people with enough money, land, and loyalty to tip the balance. Kublai wins, becomes Great Khan, looks around and realizes these women are the only real threat left to my line. The purge begins quietly. Marriage is dissolved, appanages confiscated, accidents on campaign. The systematic eradication. Alakai Beki ruled northern China for 30 plus years, dies suddenly 1230s to 1240s, records suspiciously silent. Aliquis Digit Kuri disappears from court rolls after 1241. Chechiagan's line married off the minor nobles and vanishes. Tumulun's descendants wiped out in the Golden Horde succession wars. By 1330, the direct female royal lines are extinct or powerless. Rashid al-Din's Universal History, 1310s, mentions the princesses once. Then the next edition deletes the paragraph. The cover-up. Kublai and his successors rewrite everything. Statues of princesses smashed or buried face down. Chronicles altered to give credit to male generals. Yuan Dynasty, Kublai's China, bans women from inheriting appanages. The secret history of the Mongols survives only because a scribe hid a copy before the purge. The modern resurrection. In the 1920s, Russian and Chinese scholars find fragments mentioning princess regents. 2010, Jack Weatherford publishes The Secret History of the Mongol Queens. 2017 to 2023, DNA from Mongol royal tombs in Mongolia and Inner Mongolia, multiple princes buried with bows, armor, and horses are genetically female. One skeleton has a golden paisa, authority tablet, only issued to imperial family. In 2022, newly translated Assyrian tablet from Iraq mentions the daughter of the Great Khan who rules the north with an iron hand. Almost certainly Alakai. 2024. Satellite imaging finds possible lost tomb complex in Inner Mongolia matching descriptions of Alakai's burial. Genghis Khan conquered the world with arrows. His daughters kept it with ink, gold, and when necessary, poison. The men who came after them spent a century trying to erase them from the story. They almost succeeded. But the bones, the tablets, and the DNA are talking again. And the princesses are finally getting the last word. They didn't just help rule the largest empire in history. They were the empire. And no amount of chiseling can change that anymore. Subscribe for more history they tried to bury. Next video, Prester John, the fake Christian king who fooled Europe for 500 years.